नमस्कार आचार्यंस, आप सभी का स्वागत है आज के फर्स्ट पॉडकास्ट जो एचआर पढ़ाओ के अंतर्गत हम कर रहे हैं। और मैं होस्ट संजय सुनारकर। आज के जो विशेष अतिथि हैं मिस्टर दीपक पटनायक, डॉक्टर दीपक पटनायक, जो एक बहुत एक्सपर्ट है। हम उनके बारे में आज जानकारी लेंगे। मेरे साथ में विजय।
Hello everyone. Thank you Sanjay ji for welcoming, and we can start this session by introduction of Deepak sir.
जी हाँ, आज वो शाम आ चुकी है जिसका काफ़ी दिनों से इंतज़ार था। और हमने जो प्रॉमिस किया था कि जो भी एचआर पढ़ाओ के अंतर्गत जिनको पुरस्कृत किया गया था, जिनको इस एचआर के अवार्ड से नवाजा गया था, उन सभी को आज हम सिर्फ पुरस्कृत लोगों को नहीं, बल्कि जिन्होंने अपने लाइफ में बहुत अच्छा अचीवमेंट किया हुआ है, उनका पॉडकास्ट शुरू किया है। तो हमने 5 कैटेगरी के अंदर अवार्ड्स दिए थे। तो हमारी जो पहली कैटेगरी थी वो गुरु की कैटेगरी थी। और आज हमारे सब समक्ष उन गुरु कैटेगरी में से एक हमारे प्रिय, हमारे मेंटर और हमारे आज के अतिथि जो है डॉक्टर दीपक पटनायक। उनके बारे में मैं आपको थोड़ा सा बताना चाहूँगा कि आज ये शख्सियत जो है हमारे सामने, वो उनकी खासियत क्या है। दीपक पटनायक जी, वैसे उनका जन्म यूपी आगरा प्लेस में हुआ था और ब्रॉट अप पुरी में और सेटल डाउन है अभी उड़ीसा में। और इन्होंने ऑलमोस्ट 3 डेकेड तक एचआर जैसे फर्टर्निटी के अंदर काम किया है और बहुत ही विश्वसनीय काम किया हुआ है। और अभी एट प्रेजेंट वो कॉर्पोरेट एचआर हेड की तरह बागला ग्रुप जो बेस्ड औरंगाबाद में वो कार्यरत हैं। और उन्होंने ग्रेजुएशन जो किया था वो उत्कल यूनिवर्सिटी से किया है, डिप्लोमा इन एचआर। और अभी लेटेस्ट लास्ट ईयर उन्होंने पीएचडी किया हुआ ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट में, इसलिए मैंने उनको डॉक्टर बोला। और डॉक्टर एक विशेष डेजिग्नेशन होती है जो किसी चीज के अंदर माहिर होते हैं। और इनके बारे में मैं जितना भी बोलूं कम है। लेकिन अगर मैं बताऊं कि जिस तरीके से ये सिर्फ एक एचआर प्रोफेशनल नहीं है, बल्कि इन्होंने बहुत सारे ऐसे इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं, ऐसे कॉलेजेस हैं, ऐसे बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिनकी लाइफ के अंदर अपने नॉलेज और अपने जो सक्सेस, अपने जो एक्सपीरियंस है उसको शेयर किया है। जिसके अंदर एमईटी बिजनेस स्कूल नोएडा, के वॉक इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज नासिक, जीएनआईटी ग्रेटर नोएडा और बहुत सारी ऐसी जगह पे इन्होंने अपने स्पेशल जो इनकी एक्सपर्टीज और मास्टरीज है उसके बारे में इन्होंने बताया। और साथ में 6 सिग्मा ग्रीन बेल्ट भी हैं। और इनके फैमिली में इनके फादर जो है एक्स आर्मी सर्विसमैन रहे हैं। तो ये शब्द इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ बिकॉज हमारी लाइफ में अगर डिसिप्लिन कहीं से आता है तो हमारे ग्रोन अप से आता है। तो किसी के अगर फैमिली में इस तरीके से बैकग्राउंड है और दूसरा हमको सर से मिलने का एक तजुर्बा है, उनके साथ बात करने का अनुभव है, तो हमें मालूम चला कि वो अपने वर्क के अंदर और उनकी लाइफ के अंदर कितना सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन है। और उनकी फैमिली में उनकी वाइफ, बच्चा और बेटी है जो कर रहे हैं। अवार्ड्स की अगर मैं बात करूं तो उनकी लाइफ में जो मोस्ट इन्फ्लुएंस एचआर लीडर्स अवार्ड, इंडिया अवार्ड है, वो शॉप फ्लोर एम्प्लॉय मोटिवेशन ब्रॉन्ज मेडल मिला ओवरसीज कॉम्पिटिशन, एकेडमिक इंडस्ट्रीज इन्फ्लुएंस अवार्ड, सर्टिफिकेट चेंज एजेंट, एचआर एक्सलेंसी इन डाइवर्सिटी एंड इंक्लूजन अवार्ड फॉर एचआर औरंगाबाद चैप्टर। और अभी लेटेस्ट अवार्ड एचआर गुरु अवार्ड जो हमारे एचआर पढ़ाओ की तरफ से उनको मिला है। तो मैं ज्यादा वक्त ना जाहिर करते हुए इस आज के जो मुख्य अतिथि के रूप में बोल सकता हूँ, जो मुख्य वक्ता हैं, जो मुख्य हमारे कार्यक्रम के जो आज पहले गुरु हैं, जो पुरस्कृत भी हैं, बहुत सारे चीजों से नवाजे गए हुए हैं, आज उनकी एक्सपर्टीज, उनके एक्सपीरियंस और उनकी ब्लेसिंग्स हम सबको मिलने वाली है। तो सर हम शुरू करते हैं और फिर से एक बार आपका स्वागत करते हैं एचआर पढ़ाओ में। पहला सवाल है सर, टेल अस अबाउट योर जर्नी वर्किंग एज एचआर प्रोफेशनल। ये दुनिया जानना चाहती है कि आपने बहुत सारे जो अचीवमेंट्स किए हैं, बहुत सारी लाइफ में अपने जो तमगे और अवार्ड मेडल्स और जो अपने आपकी गुडविल क्रेडिबिलिटी बनाई हुई है 3 डेकेड्स के अंदर, उसका आपका जर्नी क्या रहा सर? दीपक सर।
नमस्कार, थैंक यू सो मच। एंड मुझे इस बात का गर्व है, आई फील प्राउड बी अ पार्ट ऑफ द एचआर पढ़ाओ फैमिली। वेल, you know, at the outset, I would like to thank you so much, Vijay ji, Sanjay ji. And to begin with, it really gives me, very big pleasure to be a part of HR Padaav. And of course, a proud recipient of HR Guru Award. This is I feel that this is an innovative platform which has been created by you both to felicitate the unsung heroes, by meaning. I would like to congratulate you both for your relentless efforts in making this happen. It just, looks like a dream comes true. Besides, a step ahead, I was trying to understand that you are planning the awardees to bring them more in depth, and that is the next step. I feel that I do understand that this is regarding inculcating the fellow HRians, imbibe it, and then benchmark it for a better HR to evolve. I'm happy to learn that you have further plans to take it to the next level. And I think next ceremony is going to be organized at Hyderabad, and perhaps you are going to spread it across the country and then maybe overseas. Thank you so much, Vijayji and Sanjayji.
Thanks a lot for appreciating us.
Coming to the next, the question what Sanjay Sonalkarji had asked to understand my journey as a HR professional. Well, my journey as a HR professional, it started in a very low note. I began my career with Larsen & Toubro Limited, Group 10, Material Handling Division, based out at Kolkata, and joined as a administrative assistant. I remember those days, unlike today, there were no modern office gazettes. That is, so-called computers, laptops, etc. Everything was manual. And my role was only, attendance in the form of a register, salary preparation. These were the prima facie role which were assigned to me. And the next venture was with Jindal Strips Limited. Those days, based out at Raigad. Today it is Chhattisgarh. Those days it was Madhya Pradesh. I joined them as a typist cum admin assistant. But within a short span of 6 months, I was selected, and I would rather say that I was elevated to the level of executive assistant to the president and CEO, who is no more today, in the secretarial role. I served there for almost 3 years, and then I left. Now I shifted from Raigad to Mumbai, and then I worked with brands like Rahejas, Lokhandwalas for their greenfield project. So basically, it was a hotel industry. And today you can see it by the name of Renaissance, which is based out at Powai by the name Marriott's. Again, this was in the office admin role. Now, the real journey, if I would say, about HR, it began with joining LG Electronics in the year October 2000, I remember. And the role was executive HR. And this was probably the biggest tenure. I served this organization for almost 13 years. I worked with LG, and I had a very nice exposure to learn almost all verticals of HR, right from the generalist profile HR to factory HR to learning and development, time office management at all India level, and then finally I believe I ended up in PMS. So during the course of association, since I had a very small academic qualification via graduation, I now decided way back in 2002-3 to strengthen my academics so that during the service period, this was a weird thought which came to my mind, and that prompted me to complete my diploma in HR while doing the service, and it was in the regular mode. Those days it was evening classes, and I did it from MIT Business School. It was a 2 year course, and that did not stop me further. And what I did is then I further pursued for my PG DBM. And luckily, after giving exams, I went through and I was admitted in IMT. IMT Ghaziabad is one of the top 5 B schools. It's one of them. I completed my PG DBM in post 4. Those days it was 3 years. Now it is 2 years. And way back in 2011, I completed it. And as Sanjay ji had very nicely said, I didn't stop then also. At the age of 54, I got my PhD last year in 2023 in human resource management from WHRPC. By this time, I had also strengthened my HR functional capabilities. Like I did the train the trainer course from Hero Mind, thereby becoming a certified trainer. I completed my Six Sigma Green Belt from South Korea, won a lot of global accolades like silver medal, bronze medal in overseas competitions. Besides, as I had a very keen interest in training and development and intense participation in the activities, I was given the opportunity to become the principal of the India Learning Center, which was those days the 7th learning center across the globe. Also, I completed my training curricula in assessment and development center, which basically aims at employee future like CDP, IDP. Now to tell you about CDP, it is career development plan. IDP is individual development plan, and thus I became an assessor. Besides having won the award, which Sanjay ji said, India's most influential HR leaders, and out of 100, I'm one of them. So again, taking you back, initially those days, I have seen the time office, which was manual first in year 2000. Later, the machine and a card, like putting this dark sound is coming. I started, and finally, in the mid of the 2001, probably the month of June, I started the time office single-handedly, right from the scratch. That is, sitting with a software developer. Those days, I remember it was the company called Savior, which is based out at Okhla, New Delhi. There were a lot of takes, retakes, and it took almost 2 to 3 months' time to make it go live. Well, initially there were a lot of hiccups, but later it became habitual, and people were used to it. I was taking care of All India Time Office those days, and I remember at that time, 2001 to 2013, there were 48 branches spread across the country. Now with the change technology, today it has become face reading, and everything is online. I then started preparing behavioral training modules of mid managers, junior managers, shop floor employees, etc. It was a success, and almost to the tune of 3,000 training hours I completed during this tenure. Later, I had the exposure of working in global recruitments and hiring talents for South Korea. In 2011, I got transferred from Greater Noida to Ranjangaon, Pune as a corporate HR manager. And in 2003, I left LGA on my own accord. Later, I joined Videocon Industries as HR head. And though not having much exposure to IR, which has never been those days my favorite topic, I survived very nicely for 3 years. I was probably the only non-Marathi who worked in Videocon. After Videocon, I joined the steel giant Rashmi Metallics as general manager HR in their corporate office, which was based out at Kolkata. But again, this time also, I could not continue for a long, due to family reasons. I think 1.5 years I worked. And then I left, and then finally again back to square one, that is Aurangabad. Now I work for Bagla Group as a group corporate HR head, and I'm based out at Aurangabad. Together, taking the account, I have almost 32 plus years of experience. I have now acquired good exposure in IR matters, and recently I have signed 2 LTA for the tenure of 4 years.
Great,
Thank you.
Great, sir. Good learning from you, sir. And moving towards the next question, you have already spent 3 decades in HR, from your starting your journey, and now as you are on a good position in HR. So how you define failure and success? How do you feel about this? What shall be exact definition of failure, and what shall be
To my understanding, I would not talk anything except for practical things.
Okay.
To me, my understanding, failure is probably uh, a condition, a condition of not getting the desired outcome And usually it is, or maybe normally it is just the opposite of success. Though failure is usually different for everyone based on individual beliefs. Success, my understanding, is the accomplishment, nothing but accomplishment of reaching a goal, a purpose,
Rightly.
or maybe the intended outcome. So success is a relative term. If you achieve what you want to and are happy, then I think that is a success. It could be applied to life in general, or maybe to an individual task in life. My definition of success is achieving personal goals, whatever they may be. Now, talking about failure, I would like to define it as a lack of success or the inability to meet an expectation. The problem is that we can read too much into failure. Too often we tie it to our sense of self-worth, self-esteem, and self-acceptance. So the expectation we fail to meet is often on our own, or one that we have created on our own hand.
Correct.
Like to narrate something about success stories, success stories I can tell: getting a degree from a prestigious university, earning a significant salary, or maybe attaining financial security, holding a high level position, or maybe an important job title, or maybe being selected for a promotion. Talking of failure, and practical terms, is not succeeding in exams means lack of study preparation. Fail to catch a flight or a train or a bus is purely due to negligence of non-adherence to the timeline. Failure to coming to office in time, again, is accounted to a negligent behavior or a non-adherence. So, in my opinion, most of the failures are connected to discipline, as rightly said by Sanjay ji.
Right.
Of course, the lifestyle of an individual.
Correct. Correct. Right. Now, as you have already used technology in your career for HR practices. Now, do you think the HR role, or what HR technology plays a role in modern HR practices? If we say, what are the modern HR practices, and how we can use technology to handle those practices more efficiently?
Okay. So, Vijayji, to my understanding, technology definitely plays a vital role, not only in terms of accuracy, but reliability also, as it is obvious. Anything manual may lead to an error and create a chaotic situation. We also would appreciate that.
Correct.
We all are now so tech savvy, that we have now become dependent on the system only. Today, the AI is revolutionizing the world of work by all means. To my understanding, today we have plenty of HR software which are available in the market, and they are going to help us in strengthening the HR system right from interview to exit. The e-file management, offer letters, appointment letters, confirmation letters, exit interview, experience letters, psychometric test, so on and so forth. Even the organization's survey, appraisal system are definitely an integral part of these HRPs. Thank you.
Sir, very well said. And this the word what you are sharing with us, it is actually purely experience which you've gone through. Because sometimes what happened, ki sharing something and delivering something which we understood, and it is going to be help to some the people who are looking this interview today, the podcast today. And very well said, sir. My next question from this HR Padaav, we want to know that ki what are your values and ideals?
Oh, good question. What are my values and ideal?
Ideals.
Is my ideal. Yeah, good. So, what it comes to my mind immediately is transparency. Again, my pet topic: self-discipline and trustworthiness. These are basically the core values that constitute my personal value stream. when faced with difficult conversations or challenging projects. These are the values I try to lean into. And of course, I have now developed a great expectation for the same set of values from my colleagues, and friends and all. So my ideal today is none other than the living legend, my superhero, my guru, Dr. Y.V. Verma, who has always been an inspiration for me. Whatever I am today is because of the path nicely guided by him, handholded at all difficult times. Dr. Verma had been the first employee of LG Electronics. I had the privilege, to work with him during my Jindal Strips Limited days also. And he was the head of HR and finally retired as CEO. He has done his engineering from IIT Kharagpur, and he's an MBA and of course an ex-Tata. Thank you.
Okay. Leave it.
So nowadays, retaining talent in any industry, it's a big challenge for HR people.
Yes,
And definitely many of us use various methods to retain people, like implementing reward and recognition policies and many other things. Employee engagement activity we increase in companies so that people feel more friendly and more happier at their workplace, and also they can manage or balance their work life also. But
Yeah.
still, retaining is a big challenge for HR professionals. So, how do you feel what best practices we can use in either recruitment or any other things in for this?
Understanding recruitment always allows us to, carefully identify the talented individuals that will make up our team, whereas retention always allows us to hold on to those talented individuals for a longer run.
Correct.
Recruitment and retention both are important, because if we can continue with our people so recruited, we'll cut down on all the resources invested in power and of course cost term also in backfilling roles and recruiting new employees. In turn, we can lower the turnover with smart recruitment, which puts right people at the right place at the right time. Let's remember, and it is very important to note that academic always do not play an important role, whereas experience and skill of the relevance does count much.
Correct.
So while selection, we have to be careful. When we go through the biodata of an individual, generally we should avoid the job hoppers. Academics are one part, but exposure of desired industry with right skill is the need of the hour.
Right.
And of course, the budget being the crucial part is going to play very big role for the fitment. So we need to be careful while finalizing the salary and see to it that the incumbent rightly fits in the organization without creating a turbulence to other fellow colleagues. When it comes on retention, generally we think LOI issued, the person will join automatically. I would like to emphasize that the HR role play starts at this juncture. The moment LOI has been issued, the concerned HR executive, my opinion, to my thinking, must have started developing rapport with the new joiner. You should start talking, taking the resignation of that company, help him in all possible ways to guide and to create a positive bond before he's joining. This is important. The day he is supposed to join, HR should be ready with a small joining kit, do a small welcome at the entrance, make him sit comfortable at a designated place, offer him a cup of tea or coffee, and then get the joining formalities completed.
Correct.
Later, introduce him, for the induction program, make him aware about the lunchroom, washroom, etc., and be with him for the best possible time. At the end of the day, he should make him comfortably see off. That is what he should do. So this way, he is going to lay a very strong foundation. This process of handholding, which in HR terms is also called as mentoring, should be there my opinion, for at least a period of 1 month.
Hmm.
This HR executive should be one point contact our SPOC, and he should have solutions for all concerns for the
Right.
entrant.
Right. That is most
I have
important.
seen companies doing this, with a small cake cutting ceremony and celebrating the special moment at the end of the 1 month. I've seen companies. These all are going to create a positive vibe in the new entrant and ultimately create a very strong bond. At a later part, while doing the appraisals also, the focus should be on the top performers. And in no way they should be left out. They should be adequately rewarded uh, from time to time. Thank you.
Rightly said, sir. The onboarding process and induction plays a vital role in retaining employees because it gives a good picture in mind of the new entrant. Yes, this company is something having good practices and most importantly, he can connect his growth with the company. So that is most thing where people can be retained rightly. Right, sir.
Yeah, so very well said. And like I was listening you to understand your journey, also your opinion about the question what we are asking to you, and through this HR Padaav podcast platform, as we know that you gone through your almost 3 decades in the industry and work with the maximum people from the newborn baby in the organization also and the very senior people also. So through this podcast, the other people also looking for your opinion or say your tips to how to build a great team.
Oh, good. Fantastic question. Now, as far as my thinking goes, team itself, it defines together everyone achieves more. But in HR terms, roles and responsibility of each individual should be clearly defined, to my understanding, and communicated with an expectation which should be set at the beginning itself. While discussion on critical topics, it should be done in a team mode, discussing, taking opinion from each other, and if they play an important role, as if they are playing an important role. Outing, if you are doing, you should do it in a team. Lunch, you are doing in a team, so on and so forth. At times, it might become difficult to judge each individual behavior, but we should avoid talking on one-on-one basis. We should avoid it. Bring transparency, no hide and seek, and passing information to all members is very important. Let us remember, one small weak link can de-link the whole process. And it is needless to mention that communication plays a vital role in building a great team. A small misleading information may lead to havoc. Thank you.
See, very correctly said, because without team we cannot put ourselves as a leader in a life. So वो एक कहावत है कि बिना सेना का सेनापति नहीं होता है. तो
सही बात
सेना सेना होना बहुत अच्छी है और जिस भी राजा की और जिस सेनापति की सेना बहुत अच्छी होती है ना, वो हमेशा विजयी होता है. तो as we gone through your profiles and got an opportunity to discuss personally also at the time of your award ceremony and between also some conversion. So सर एक चीज बहुत पूछनी है आपसे कि एज अ पर्सनालिटी ऑल्सो like your face is very charming, you always smiling kind of things as a personality, overall personality. See, some personalities which is called a little bit like professional, but आपका जो personal personality and professional personality है, how you get yourself motivated always, sir? This is my question, and people also want to understand.
Oh, great. Happy to learn it from you. So, with my experience, I have learned that, one very weird thought that yesterday was a history, tomorrow is a mystery. So, what is left? Left is today. So, let me focus on today. As you know, I will not be able to bring back the yesterday. And tomorrow, what is going to happen is unknown to me. So, left up is today, so I'll work for today. No matter how long you work, how much efforts you put, but if the end results are not there, is the time And if it is not done in the time frame allocated, you are going to be taken into task. Let's remember, no one is going to come and pat at our back for some good work, what we have done. But a small failure is surely going to be counted and you are going to be scolded. To my understanding, during working hours, let's work to the best possible. And once the office hours are over, enjoy to the fullest. Let's be honest as regards the work delivery is concerned and for which I've been hired. I keep on saying, do what your conscience allows you to give happiness and do it with passion. As anything and everything, carrying that additional passion is going to be different. Be loyal to your workplace, be loyal to your family, and of course, your friends. Motivation comes from within. And so, as long as you think positive, you will keep on feeling motivated. But the moment some negative thoughts comes to your mind, that negativity will spread its wings and is going to eat up your positive thoughts. And thus, you become demotivated. So do not think much on something which went wrong unknowingly and move forward. That is the key to success. Thank you.
As many people want to develop their career in HR, they want to be part of HR because HR is a most what do you say? It's a kind of attracting profile because it has a vast work profile and you can be a commandant in your factory when you are in HR with following certain discipline and certain uh, authorities. So many HR aspiring HR professionals are there who want to build their career in HR. So what message you want to give to those aspiring candidates?
My say to my colleagues as an HR professional, it should be, you should make it a point that I wish to see a smiling face while they enter the office or the factory premises, work with pride and joy, and finally, when they exit, they should go with a smiling face. Not so easy task, but that should be, the wish and will of a HR professional. It can easily happen.
Right.
HR professional should be courteous, should be approachable, transparent, helpful, and a guide. HR being the heart of an organization, it plays a very important role in an organization. All new entrants, be it fresh graduates, MBAs, they should avoid unless really needed to switch jobs within short term, as my dear friends, it count bad on one's part. And ultimately, it is going to be termed as job offer.
Correct.
We should understand the role, try and put the best effort to learn and understand it the maximum possible. We should try to deep dive to the fact and figures. जैसे किसी ने सच कहा है, you want मोती, अगर आपने मोती चाहिए तो 20 किलोमीटर समुद्र के नीचे जाना पड़ेगा. आधा किलोमीटर 2 किलोमीटर नीचे जाके डुबकी मार के वापस आ जाने से आपको मोती कभी नहीं मिलेगा.
नहीं मिलेगा.
You should understand the role, try and put the best effort to learn and understand it to the maximum possible. You should try to deep dive to the fact and figures. And more importantly, should work by his own hands. Ask questions, participate in meetings, participate in seminars, lead a show, should prepare presentation on his own. And last but not the least, he should speak with confidence. These are probably the key to success, to my understanding. My message is there that there is no end to learning. And never ever try to wear the IKEA cap. IKEA, you know very well. I know it all. Always try to equip yourself with the latest developments in the market. And before giving instructions, make your subordinate feel easy to accept the task assigned. You as a leader should try to understand any pain points is there, help him, guide him, so that he's able to accomplish a task to the fullest satisfaction.
Right.
Let's understand, no one in this world comes with experience. It is the place where you work for years together, and that working together for years makes you experienced. So I believe the proven statement, slow and steady wins the race. Gradual rise is always good. For example, an executive of 3 to 5 years old, experienced executive, he cannot go directly and sit on the chairs of HR head. Believe me, it requires a lot of understanding and exposure of each gamut of HR, which he gets after working for years together. Some places success, some places failure. These two things makes him robust. Thank you.
So it's totally very nice to hear these things from your experience and the journey, whatever you have covered till now as a HR professional. So definitely these things will be guiding principle for the aspirants who want to develop their career in HR in future. So by this we came to the end of this podcast, sir. And thank you very much to spare your valuable time for us to attend this podcast and give us such good insight for all the people, mostly, especially for the HR professionals. I will request Sanjay.
All my best wishes to both of you.
Thanks
All
a
my
lot.
best wishes to both of you to make your Hyderabad chapter a great success.
It is.
Maybe you keep on rocking like this. All the best.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. And I will request Sanjay sir to just say a few words on what he feels on today's discussion.
Sir, once again, thank you for being part of this podcast. और as correctly your name is दीपक, so एक छोटा सा दीपक से हमने एक शुरुआत करी है. हमारे इसको पॉडकास्ट बोलते हैं, इसको लोग लाइफ बोलते हैं. मैं जीवन में एक चीज़ जानता हूँ कि अगर कहीं से शुरुआत होती है तो वो छोटी सी रोशनी से होती है. तो मैं विजय और मैं आपका तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करते हैं कि आज सिर्फ आप हमारे सम्मानीय अवॉर्डीज नहीं हो, आज आपने हमारे थ्रू हमारे साथ रहकर इस प्लेटफॉर्म को बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट बना दिया है. बिकॉज आपके बोली हुई चीज़ें, आपकी बताई हुई चीज़ें, आपका दिखाया हुआ रास्ता और आपका अनुभव शायद किसी की ज़िंदगी में दीपक की तरह एक छोटा सा प्रकाश उसकी लाइफ में लगकर एक उसकी ज़िंदगी बना दे और रोशनी कर दे उसकी लाइफ में, उसकी ज़िंदगी बना दे. क्योंकि आखिरी क्वेश्चन जो था विजय का, वेरी करेक्टली, क्योंकि कुछ लोग आपको रोल मॉडल की तरह देखते हैं और आपने उनको बहुत अच्छे से बताया है और सारे शब्दों में आपका बहुत अच्छा अनुभव था, बहुत अच्छा अपनापन था. कोई भी शब्द हमें ऐसे नहीं लगे कि जो हमने एक डिस्कशन के रूप में किए. सारा अनुभव का निचोड़ आज आपने जो दिया है एक हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म के थ्रू आने वाले कल एक अच्छे एक एचआर के लिए. तो मैं और विजय और एचआर पढ़ाओ परिवार की तरफ से आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. और बहुत सारी है सर, बस यूं ही हम आगे साथ में बढ़ते रहें और आपकी ब्लेसिंग्स हमारे ऊपर रहें. थैंक यू सो मच. और थैंक यू जो आज ये प्रोग्राम देख रहे हैं एचआर पढ़ाओ के प्लेटफॉर्म पर. और हम चाहते हैं, हम यहाँ रुके नहीं हैं, ये पड़ाव है. हम अगले पॉडकास्ट के साथ में जल्दी आने वाले हैं. और दीपक सर जैसे बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं जिन्होंने अपनी लाइफ में बहुत सारे अचीवमेंट्स और माइलस्टोन्स बनाए हुए हैं, तो उनसे भी मिलने का मौका मिलेगा. तो इंतजार करते हैं, अगले टाइम मिलते हैं. नमस्कार. थैंक यू सो मच.